A warm welcome to you. This is OGTV News at midday. My name is Bukola Agbakizu. The government of Ogun State will soon roll out very strict measures, which includes fines for those caught in public places without face masks. The governor, Prince Dapo Abiodun, stated this on the sideline of the Inferno in the city of Abeokuta. The governor appeals to the residents of the state to comply with the COVID-19 protocols.
You cannot be too careful. We've seen this claim the lives of people from the ages of 30 and above, and it's still happening. People are in hospitals. I want to beg of all of us, it's not a desire to take us through the hardship that we went through during the lockdown. It's not a desire to lock down the economy. But it is important that we ensure that we stay on top of the well-being and wellness of our people. We do not want and we do not pray that this pandemic overwhelms our health system. So please, ensure that you wear your face masks. Please. Thank you very much. I would anticipate your fullest cooperation. The state government will soon be reading out very strict measures, fines inclusive, for those that are caught in public places without face masks. We know that many of us are pandemic weary or COVID weary. It is tiring. It's gone on for much longer than we anticipated. It's our hope that the vaccine will soon be here in Nigeria, and all of us, or most of us, will be beneficiaries. But in the meantime, we need to ensure that we stay alive.
Nigeria on Tuesday recorded 1,301 new cases of the novel coronavirus and an additional 15 more deaths, according to the Nigeria Center for Disease Control. The Disease Control Agency put the total number of virus cases recorded across the country at 113,305. However, 91,200 have been treated and discharged, while 1,464 have succumbed to the disease. Almost half of the Tuesday's new cases came from Lagos, which recorded 551 new infections. Other states include FCT 209, Oyo 83, Plateau 65, Kaduna 64, Enugu 61, Rivers 44, Ondo 39, Benue 37, Akwa Ibom 31, Kano 19, Delta and Gombe 18 each, Ogun 16, Edo 15, Kebbi 10, Ebonyi 9, Jigawa 4, Osun and Zamfara recorded 3 each, Borno and Nasarawa 1 each. And still on COVID-19, the federal government said the country has the capacity to store up to 400,000 doses of the expected COVID-19 vaccine. The executive director of the National Primary Health Development Agency, Dr. Faisal Shuaib, disclosed this during a tour of the National Strategic Cold Store in Abuja. Nigeria is expected to receive 100,000 doses of the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine by the end of January. The Pfizer vaccines must be stored at the ultra-cold temperature of -70 degrees Celsius. The NSCES houses 3 ultra-cold chain equipment. The 3 pieces of equipment have a combined capacity of 2,100 liters and operate at a temperature of -85 degrees Celsius, according to Dr. Shuaib. Away from COVID-19 now, Ogun State government has banned articulated vehicles from using any flyover within the state. Governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun, made the pronouncement during an on-the-spot assessment of the inferno occasioned by a falling tanker carrying Premium Motor Spirit PMS. Governor's office correspondent Sunday Olaniro reports that the governor assured the victims of adequate medical treatment.
The Ogun State capital woke up to the news of an inferno occasioned by petrol-laden tanker along IBB Boulevard. Promptly, the state government swung into action, and the governor, Prince Dr. Abiodun, visited the site of the incident, giving the correct situation of things.
He might have suffered a brake failure as he was descending the Kuta Bridge. And it appeared as if the driver, in his effort to manage that situation where the vehicle had spun out of control, observers saw him trying to warn people that he appeared to have lost control of the vehicle. He swerved across the median, tried to manage the vehicle to come back to the other side where he was. In the process, he collided with a few vehicles and some Okada drivers. The tanker driver, now upturned, was carrying a full load of PMS, that's premium motor spirit petrol, and in view of what we know as the very inflammable nature of this product, it resulted in a fire outbreak. Unfortunately, some of those that the vehicle collided with were trapped under the vehicle, and they were instantly engulfed by the fire.
The governor confirmed that there were 3 fatalities. Then the pronouncement that affects all articulated vehicles in the state.
I have discussed with the Ministry of Transportation. We will begin the enforcement, the serious enforcement of ensuring tankers and tanker drivers operate vehicles in Ogun State are roadworthy. They will now begin to check those vehicles to ensure and confirm when last were they maintained, do they have the adequate safety equipment, how well are they mechanically operating. We are also going to put measures in place to try and reduce or almost eliminate this such occurrence. Part of that, amongst others, would include ensuring that tanker drivers do not drive on our overhead bridges anymore. This description, for purpose of clarification, will include anything that is a trailer of any sort, anything that has a trailer behind it, either articulated, either is 33 ton or 66, anything that has a trailer behind it.
The governor urged the people to desist from going to the area in the meantime, as the remaining petrol is being evacuated from the tanker. The governor also visited the injured victims at the State Hospital Ijaye and the other 3 at the Federal Medical Center Idiaba. Tunde Olaniro, OGTV News.
As students resumed for the delayed second term of 2020-2021 academic session, they have been advised to pursue excellence in their academics in order to achieve their set goals in life. The State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Professor Abayomi Arigbabu, gave this charge during the school monitoring exercise to Yewa axis of the state, where he urged the students to continue to portray themselves as good and worthy ambassadors wherever they are. Professor Arigbabu stressed the need to continue to imbibe all guidelines and protocols of COVID-19 to protect themselves and others from contacting and spreading the virus.
Individualization. The teaching is almost at the level of one-to-one. So we have no excuse not to perform. We have peers of yours that are having a situation of a teacher to 40 students. And yet we still have good performance concern schools. So that's why I said, please justify the confidence proposal. Let's have excellent performance. Let us see that for whatever government has invested, good results will be coming out from it. So, like I said before, I pray that Almighty God will assist you, bless your work, and make it possible for you to also be proud of what you have achieved.
Commissioner, who commended the teachers for their diligence and commitment, charged them to put in their best in order to record outstanding results. He challenged them to be good role models that will guide and steer the students on the right path. The permanent secretary, Mrs. Abosede Ogunleye, admonished teachers to be prepared for the new term and to live up to their responsibilities. Ogun State House of Assembly Committee on Public Accounting and Anti-Corruption, in its ongoing consideration of 2015 to 2019 audit reports of the ministries, departments and agencies, has considered the audit reports of the State Agricultural Development Corporation, thus discovered 6 non-functional projects with accrued debt of over 33 million naira and misclassification of budget heads. The committee, led by its chairman, Honorable Musefiu Lamidi, made this known while considering the corporation's financial statement for the period under review, as presented by the immediate past acting general manager of the State Agricultural Development Corporation, Mr. Oluwashola Shoremekun, and the Director of Finance and Accounts in the corporation, Mr. Musiliu Abijo. Correspondent Kola Woliosho covered the exercise and his report is presented in this package.
Outlining the infractions as stated in the State Auditor General Report, Chairman Committee on Public Accounts and Anti-Corruption, Honorable Musefiu Lamidi, in company of committee members, requested for the list of other investments and relative income between 2015 and 2019 has been captured under the budget head Other Investment Income, as well as the project details, including financial reports of the 6 agricultural projects under its purview, to be submitted before Tuesday, February 2nd, 2021.
We have seen misappropriations. Exactly. Because what you budgeted for, you have spent more than what you budgeted for on farm development. And misclassification too. Because all those things shouldn't have come under farm development.
Director of Finance and Accounts of the corporation, however, appealed to the committee for more time to perfect the documents and reappear on a given date by the committee.
I want to appeal to the chairman to give me the opportunity of preparing a better job.
Going back home to prepare a better report.
Yes.
Is that what you are saying?
Yes, sir.
Go and do the right thing. I was telling this. Don't go and put what you have already captured under production cost in other expenses. Therefore, go and do the needful. We would like you to present. We are picking 2nd February. Okay, sir.
In a related development, the committee considered the financial reports of the defunct Bureau of Transportation, which has metamorphosed into a full-fledged ministry, as presented by the permanent secretary in charge of the ministry, Mrs. Olushola Osasono. Considering the fact that the ministry was just created late last year, the chairman of the committee directed all former directors of finance and account, as well as the administration and supplies counterparts that served in the defunct bureau between 2015 and 2019, to appear before the committee on 26 January 2021 for further clarifications. The invited officials were found to have committed some infractions in the Auditor General's reports, to include misclassification of expenditure head, no periodical checks by internal auditor. The lawmaker said such practice violated internal checks, thereby contravening financial regulations and public service rules, just as the committee observed that no notes of accounts were attached to financial records for clarifications, amongst others.
The Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, collected the sum of 4.952 trillion naira in total tax revenue in the year 2020. Director Communications and Liaison, Mr. Abdullahi Ahmad, said in a statement that the figure represented approximately 98% of the national tax target of 5.076 trillion naira set for the FIRS by the federal government in the year under review. It disclosed that oil, which used to contribute over 50% in tax returns through the petroleum profit tax in previous years, accounted for only 30.6%, which was contributed to the tax revenue generated in 2020. The FIRS boss said that the non-oil tax collection was 109% in 2020, which is 9% higher than the previous year. Mr. Nami attributed the FIRS revenue generation success in 2020 to a number of reforms initiated by the board and management of the service under his leadership. On sports, Lionel Messi was handed a 2-match ban on Tuesday following his first ever sending off for Barcelona. The Argentine forward was shown a red card at the end of Sunday's 3-2 extra-time defeat to Atletico Bilbao in the Spanish Super Cup final after lashing out at Elche Villalibre. Messi had twice been sent off playing for Argentina, including 2019 Copa America, but never in 16 years and 753 matches with Barcelona's first team. The six-time Ballon d'Or winner's ban was announced by the Spanish Football Federation. And to end the news, success usually comes to those who are too busy to be looking for it. And you can now watch us live on these platforms: Apple, Roku, Windows, BlackBerry, Facebook, and Android devices. You can also watch live on OGTV website, www.ogtv.com.ng/live. And that was the media news. Thanks so much for watching. The Yoruba version comes up immediately. Good afternoon.
Kásán, ìròyìn rèé láti iléeṣẹ́ tẹlifíṣàn ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn OGTV. Rẹ̀mí Adébíyì ní orúkọ tèmi. Ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn ti sọ wípé láìpẹ́ láì jìnnà òun yóò ṣe àgbéjáde àwọn ìlànà tó gbọgbọ́ kan láti máa tẹ̀lé, lára èyí tí a ti rí sísan owó ìtanràn gbogbo àwọn tí ọwọ́ bá tẹ̀ pé wọ́n wà káàkiri ìgboro láì lo ìbòmúbẹnu tá a mọ̀ sí face mask. Gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn Ọmọọba Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún ló sọ̀rọ̀ yìí nílùú Abẹ́òkúta pẹ̀lú àrọwà sí gbogbo àwọn olùgbé ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn pátá láti máa ṣe àmúṣẹ sí gbogbo àwọn ìlànà èyí tí ìjọba ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ láti fi dẹ́kun ìtànkálẹ̀ kòkòrò àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn COVID-19. Ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn ti fòfin de àwọn ọkọ̀ ńláńlá pé wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ tọ èyíkéyìí afárá olókè tó wà láàrin ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn mọ́. Gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn Ọmọọba Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún ló pàṣẹ yìí lásìkò tó lọ ṣàbẹ̀wò síbi ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ìjàmbá iná tó wáyé nípasẹ̀ ọkọ̀ tí ó gbé epo bẹtiró tó gbaná. akọ̀ròyìn wa lọ́fíìsì gómìnà Túndé Ọláníran jábọ̀ pé gómìnà náà mú un dá gbogbo èèyàn ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn lójú wípé ìṣàkóso òun yóò rí sí àgbékalẹ̀ ètò ìlera tó dára jùlọ fún gbogbo mùtúmùwà. ẹ jẹ́ á gbọ́ ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ ìròyìn náà síwájú sí i.
ìlú Abẹ́òkúta tí í ṣe olú ìlú ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn ló jí sínú ìròyìn ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ìjàmbá burú iná kan lówùúrọ̀ kùtù ọjọ́ ìṣẹ́gun ọjọ́ 19 oṣù kínní ọdún yìí látàrí tí ọkọ̀ agbépo bẹtiró kan tó gbaná lójú òpópónà ti IBB. lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ náà ni ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn ti bọ́ sójú iṣẹ́ tí gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ yìí ọmọọba Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún sì ti ṣe àbẹ̀wò síbi tí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ náà ti wáyé láti fojú ara rẹ̀ rí bí nǹkan ṣe bàjẹ́ sí níbẹ̀. látìgbà náà sì ni àwọn akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ nípa ọgbẹ́ iná sì ti gúnlẹ̀ sípínlẹ̀ yìí láti wá ṣètọ́jú àwọn 6 tí wọ́n jóná tí gómìnà sì sọ àrídájú pé lóòótọ́ ni àwọn 3 ti jáde láyé látàrí ti ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ náà. lẹ́yìn náà ni gómìnà wá kéde àṣẹ ìfòfinde àwọn ọkọ̀ ńláńlá láti má ṣe gba orí afárá olókè mọ́ nípínlẹ̀ Ògùn. gómìnà ọmọọba Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún wàá tún pàrọwà sí àwọn èèyàn láti dẹ́kun àbẹ̀wò sí agbègbè náà fúngbà díẹ̀ nítorí pé wọ́n sì ń fa epo bẹtiró tó kù jáde nínú ọkọ̀ àjàgbé agbépo bẹtiró náà. gómìnà ló wá ṣe àbẹ̀wò sí àwọn tí wọ́n farakásá ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ìjàmbá iná náà níbi tí àwọn 3 ti ń gba ìtọ́jú nílé ìwòsàn ìjọba ti Ìjàyè nílùú Abẹ́òkúta nígbà tí àwọn 3 tó kù ń gba ìtọ́jú nílé ìwòsàn ìjọba àpapọ̀ FMC tó wà ní Ìdí-Àbà nílùú Abẹ́òkúta bákan náà.
bí ìwọlé padà fún sáà kejì ọdún ìkẹ́kọ̀ọ́ 2020 sí 2021 ń ṣe ní ìdádúró ráńpẹ́ díẹ̀, ọ̀rọ̀ àmọ̀ràn ti lọ sọ́dọ̀ àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ láti máa lépa ìperégedé lẹ́nu ẹ̀kọ́ wọn láti lè ṣe àṣeyọrí èròǹgbà wọn nílé ayé yìí. Alábòójútó fún ètò ẹ̀kọ́ sáyẹ́ǹsì àti ìmọ̀ ẹ̀rọ nípínlẹ̀ Ògùn ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Àbáyọ̀mí Àrígbàbù ló gba àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lámọ̀ràn àtàtàyé lásìkò àbẹ̀wò àmójútó àwọn ilé ẹ̀kọ́ dé agbègbè Yewa nípínlẹ̀ Ògùn, níbi tí ó ti rawọ́ ẹ̀bẹ̀ sí àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ láti máa ṣàfihàn ìwà ọmọlúàbí gẹ́gẹ́ bí aṣojú rere tó sì ṣe é mú yangàn níbikíbi tí wọ́n bá wà. Ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Àrígbàbù ṣàlàyé síwájú sí i lórí ìdí tí wọ́n fi gbọ́dọ̀ tẹ̀síwájú ṣíṣe àmúṣẹ sí gbogbo àwọn ìlànà àgbékalẹ̀ ètí ìjọba pa láṣẹ láti fi dẹ́kun ìtànkálẹ̀ àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn COVID-19 nípa dídáàbò bo ara wọn pẹ̀lú àwọn ẹlòmíràn lọ́wọ́ lílùgbàdì àti ìtànkálẹ̀ kòkòrò àrùn náà. Alábòójútó fún ètò ẹ̀kọ́ sáyẹ́ǹsì àti ìmọ̀ ẹ̀rọ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn náà wàá gbóríyìn fún àwọn olùkọ́ fún ìfarajìn àti mímú iṣẹ́ wọn ní òkùnkúndùn dáradára pẹ̀lú àrọwà sí wọn láti ṣe ohun gbogbo tí wọ́n bá mọ̀ láti lè fi jẹ́ kí àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ wọn ní àkọsílẹ̀ olùperégedé tó tayọ jùlọ, tó sì tún ń ṣèpèníjà fún àwọn olùkọ́ náà láti máa fi ara wọn ṣe àpẹẹrẹ àwòkọ́ṣe rere tí yóò tọ́ àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ wọn sí ipa ọ̀nà tó tọ́ tó sì yẹ fún ọjọ́ ọ̀la tó dára fún àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ náà. Akọ̀wé àgbà fún iléeṣẹ́ ètò ẹ̀kọ́ sáyẹ́ǹsì àti ìmọ̀ ẹ̀rọ nípínlẹ̀ Ògùn, arábìnrin Abọ́sẹ̀dé Ògúnlẹ̀yẹ pàápàá gba àwọn olùkọ́ náà níyànjú láti gbáradì lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ fún sáà ìkẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tuntun yìí àti kíkájú òṣùwọ̀n lẹ́nu ẹrù iṣẹ́ ojúṣe olùkọ́ tí wọ́n gbé lé wọn lọ́wọ́ náà. Ẹ̀yin ará, àwọn akíkanjú tó ń ṣe akitiyan lórí ìdáwọ́lé wọn nìkan ṣoṣo ló ń ṣe àṣeyọrí. Nítorí náà ẹ má ṣe jẹ́ kí a ya aláìníkanṣe tó ń wí àwáwí asán dípò gbígbé ìgbésẹ̀ akin sójú ọ̀nà àṣeyọrí yóò ṣe ṣe. Ìròyìn wa fún ti àkókò yìí kò ní jù báyìí, ó tún di láago 4:00 ìrọ̀lẹ́ ká tó tún láǹfààní sí ìròyìn lédè Yorùbá láti iléeṣẹ́ tẹlifíṣàn ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn OGTV ìtúkalẹ̀ sílùú Àbẹ́òkúta. Títí ìgbà náà ẹ máa yáṣẹ́.
ètò Wálé Dàda on OGTV.
Wálé ọmọ dàda, Wálé ní gúdù rẹ̀. Ètò tí gbogbo ayé fẹ́, ètò Wálé Dàda.
Ètò Wálé Dàda on OGTV.
Ní gbogbo ọjọ́ Wednesday ní déédéé aago 5 ìrọ̀lẹ́ sáago 6 ìrọ̀lẹ́ ni o.